Evening, guys. It's Carl from the Two Traders. Tonight, I'm just going to break down a few markets for you. I'm going to show you a few trending markets that I've been trading and looking for positions in, and I'm also going to show you a few markets, maybe a couple of markets you shouldn't really be trading in, just to try and help you guys out, really. Okay, so let's switch straight on to Trading View. Go straight up to the top. This is where I've got the markets I'm watching at the moment. Predominantly, this is going to be the market I want to look at tomorrow. Now, the reason I want to be looking at this market tomorrow is because we've just broken this support. So over tomorrow, might not get the entry tomorrow, but over tomorrow or the next Monday, it'll be now, I should hopefully find a position in this market. Now, I always kind of pull out and look at the longer term markets, just the charts, just to see what's going on. Okay, so you can see there we've got a bit of space, a little bit of space there to the downside. Okay, weekly there, daily there. So I'm looking to play into that kind of area now. So we'll look at the daily. You can see here we've had this, I've had my moving average crossover. Not only that, we've had an increase in volume. You can see volume's been creeping up from here, which is good news. So an increase in volume as we broke the support level. That's exactly what I want to see. Right, okay, so moving on, where do we go from here? What am I kind of looking for? So I've got my unbalanced volume. Great, we've kind of broken this low here. So that's a good sign. And we've also broken through. Price has broken through here. And unbalanced volume has also broken through the previous low, which is a good sign with an increase in volume. Okay, so then we're going to move down to the 4 hourly chart. Now, I'm not a fan of going, oh, there's a trend line, we're going to play a bounce off that. The reason I say that is because if we zoom out and have a little look, when you get these kind of trend lines, see here, these aren't playing out because it's a trend line. These are playing off of previous levels, okay? So it's something you need to kind of learn. So as this price comes up here, it's playing off of this level here. As it comes up to here, it's playing off of this level here. As it comes up to here, it's playing off of this level here. Okay, and as you can see, I'll show you this now. As it comes up to here, I can guarantee that's probably going to be playing off a previous level. Look at that perfectly. It's playing off of this level here. So that's why I would kind of, I don't need a trend line to show me what's going on. I'll just zoom out and have a little look at the market, because I can see that level there is going to be playing off of this level here, and so on, so on. So it's nice and simple, really, for me, spotting these kind of moves and why I see a trend line before they kind of start. So it's something a good habit that you guys could get into, I suppose, from now. Okay, so anyway, back to where we were. We're going to look down to the 4 hourly chart. Let's get rid of the trend lines. We don't need a trend line. We know what that's doing now. Okay, so this is good. We've got a bearish 4 hourly chart on the moving averages, like we said, the daily as well. So now we look at the hourly, and we can see it's coming in kind of waves here. So we don't really want to be selling just yet. This is going to balance out a little bit. We're going to probably see a little bit of lower volume as well. That's one thing you can probably notice here, is when this price is rising, we're doing it on low volume. There again, okay. So we know that that's a good downward momentum there, really. So what I'm going to be looking for on this one tomorrow is kind of see where it opens for the day. So if you see a strong volume bar like this and a good push down, it's a good sign that the day is going to continue down like that. Okay, so I can't say exactly where I'm going to look to get in or how far it's going to go down. I know I've got that zone marked on there. Now that might push down to the bottom of that demand zone. Okay, so there's nothing to say it's going to stop here. It might even push down straight through it and down to here. We don't know. No one knows where price is going to go, okay? So we just have to play it as we want. As long as the risk to reward is good. So you could probably look at this and say, right, I'm going to go, just for instance, this is, say the market comes up to here. We're going to aim for this kind of level here, and we're probably going to have a stop loss just above there. So you could go for 1.7 risk to reward. If price gets to here, you could close it out, or you could say, well, actually, I'm going to see if it pushes down to this bottom level here, so 2.6. Okay, so that's what I'll be looking for. There's a reasonable risk to reward there. You might find the price pushes up a little bit higher. You can get an even tighter stop loss on it, and you can go to the top of the zone at 2 to 1 risk to reward. Yeah, just how it plays out. That's why it's hard to say to someone the night before, this is what's going to happen. And I'm not a strong believer in really saying exactly where a market's going to go, because it'd be totally guessing. Okay, so that's one of the markets I'll be looking at tomorrow. This one I wanted to show you because this was the market I was watching today. So I want to show you why I didn't get into this trade. Let's zoom out and have a look on the daily. So the daily, we're kind of just at this support here. So I was a bit airy of whether to enter or not. Yesterday I got into it. I was quite confident we was going to push lower. But today what put me off was the start of the day, the 8 o'clock candle, decent volume push up, and then the 8:30. It just played around a little bit, and I kind of I didn't like the look of it. So what I was actually waiting for in the end was just to see if we broke this level, come up, retested it, and then I'd have probably looked. But yeah, it didn't do that, so I kind of left that alone. But that is on the cards for tomorrow. First of all, what you're going to want to see is a break from. You're going to want to break from this really, because it's consolidating. So we could come down, we could go up, but we need to see a kind of direction. We do have this candle here, this wick here with a strong volume. That is a good sign that it wants to push down, and obviously we are in that downtrend as well. So yeah, I'm confident that we will go lower, but we'll I want to wait and see on that one. Okay. I don't want to spend too long on this video, so well, it's not been too long so far, but I just want it to be a kind of quick roundup so you can have a look through real quick and just kind of see what we're doing. So this is kind of more, this would be a swing trade, looking at this, just showing you what you should be doing. So why this is going on, really, you might not want, especially this area here, you wouldn't want to be trading this market in that kind of area, okay, because it's just sideways. Again, there, yeah, it's just going a bit sideways. You can see that, but you can see how you can play the breakouts on these as well. But initially, what we would really be looking for is a breakout at the bottom. So here you could have looked for a sell. The only problem is for me, I'd have looked at this level here and want that to break first. So let's have a little zoom in. I would play this market as well off the daily chart. There's a possibility I'd go out to a weekly chart as well, just so you can get a bigger picture of what it's doing. And there you go, you can see that's playing off that level there, and now we've head down to that level, so it's a good exit signal. So yeah, what I would want to do, see that break, see the break in the low, see that, break that low, come back up, and then you could find your sell on there. You could place it just below the high, sell that, and potentially you're gonna get a good risk reward on that. I can see that already. There you go, 2.84. Okay, so pardon me. So yeah, you could look at that kind of trade, and also when you're looking for that break, that volume picking up as well. Platinum, I just wanted to pull that up because it's flipping fallen right off a cliff, and this is a good example of support levels just not giving a shit, because that momentum there is so strong. It did kind of halt around this area, and thought, oh, we'll see what price was probably doing around this area. Was the sellers probably laid off a little bit, waited for the buyers to step in, because this is what a lot of people do, and they do a lot of things wrong, is buy in points like this. So they would have bought here, and what the sellers would have thought is, yeah, we'll let them go with it. we're going to get this at a bit better value, and then we're going to get in and we're going to drive that down. Now what it's done there is probably all this level here, especially down to here, is going to be stop losses. So it's just going to take that out, take them stop losses out and keep pushing price lower. How low that can go is anyone's guess. We can have a look there. Next level is going to be down here, 400, but I can't guarantee it. Might stop at this level. So yeah, we're just that's one to look at. But that would have been, you would have wanted to be getting that one really on the break probably of this here. So as soon as that broke through, you could have probably jumped on board on that one, or at the top here when it broke this level, you could have got on there and stop loss here, and you'd have probably had well, you would have had a decent risk reward. So you could have said, right, we're going to break that level, we're going to go stop loss above, and we're going to hold on to that, and at 4.59 risk to reward. Okay. That would have been a day trade as well, swing trade. I wouldn't trade intraday. Same as Cocoa. I've made an absolute mint on Cocoa. I actually got into this move around about here on these green candles, just as price pushed back up, just trying to get a bit more value, just because we're pushing away from that area there, and some people would see that as a buy opportunity. I see that as kind of really it was ready to push lower, especially when you see this increase in volume as it comes down. And it was a nice smooth moving average crossover as well at the top. We also had the OBV breakout as well, which was perfectly aligned with price. So that was absolutely perfect. Now let's have a look. This was a market. I just wanted to show you this one quick. If you're trading CHF yen, then you're doing things totally wrong. I don't care if you're making money or not. If you're trading this kind of market, then you're gambling with no edge. That's not going anywhere. You can even see here there's a decent volume, and it still doesn't know where to go. So if you're trading that kind of market, then you need to kind of check what you're doing, because you're doing things a little bit wrong. And you can see what'll be a good one on there is actually to play that breakout of price. When that price breaks out, and it breaks out on the OBV, is actually trade whatever way it wants to go from there. Okay, so if it comes out the top end, you could probably trade it up to the top there. If it comes out the bottom, you're probably going to look down to this level. Okay, Bitcoin, I think I pointed that out a little while ago, but yeah, I'm not going to go too further. That's pretty much enough for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video and learned something from it. Cheers, guys.